Hi everyone, I'm Vic.
And I'm Wes, and this is Vic and Wes MTB.
We're professional mountain bike skills coaches from South Africa, and this is our YouTube channel.
And we'd just like to take a minute to thank all of those folks who have subscribed to our channel for our first few videos. Those MTB feelings are for real. Thanks, guys.
If you haven't yet, then please subscribe, and if you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us share the MTB love.
You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Ride Like a Girl MTB Skills and at Mastering MTB Skills.
With that said, let's get into this week's video. Today, we're going to get into grips with cornering.
Be sure to watch to the end where we share that special tip to get you ripping through corners like a boss.
Yeah!
Alright guys, so the first thing I want to discuss is the bike. Our bikes have been built to corner for us. I don't really need to touch the handlebars to make the bike turn left or right. Watch the bike and you'll see when I push the bike forwards and lean it to the side, my wheel flops over on its own. And now the bike is cornering without me even needing to touch the handlebars. So we really need to tap into this. We really want to try and make the bike work for us. The bike can corner on its own. It does allow us to go through the corner. Keep in mind that if we are very stiff and we are tense on the bike, when our bike does lean, the wheel's just going to stay straight and you're not going to be able to make that corner. When we do corner, we get nice and strong in our feet, we push through the center of the bike and we allow that wheel to turn on its own, and then the bike will go through the corner quite easily for you. So the first thing that we need to think about when we do approach corners is heavy feet, light hands. The other thing that we definitely need in place is we want the dropper seat post to be down so that we can get nice and low in our position to drive through our feet and create traction where we need it through the corner. We need to have level pedals. So our pedals need to remain level through the corner. When we go through a corner, we are standing on a bearing. We have a bottom bracket bearing and we also have bearings on our pedals. So if we have lots of weight on our feet, if we balance through our feet and we producing equal amounts of weight through both feet, when the bike does lean over, because we're standing on a bearing, we are in essence gimbaled on our pedals. So as the bike leans over, our pedals will always remain level with the horizon. The more you lean your bike, the more your outside foot drops, but you remain equally weighted through both feet. If you lean your bike all the way over, that's when you may see that your outside foot goes out quite a lot. And that's okay, but for the most part, for 90% of corners, we'll never really see the outside foot drop out all the way. How many of you guys are cornering your bike like this? So something we see quite a lot out on the trails is folks putting all the weight on the outside foot. So they drop this outside foot before they enter the corner, they put all their weight on that foot, but what they don't realize is that this actually unbalances the bike. And it isn't the best way to remain perfectly in contact with the ground. When I put all the weight on the outside foot, my bike actually wants to right itself up. So as I push on that pedal, the bike comes up. And with forward momentum, my front wheel is just going to straighten up and I'll probably go wide. So there are a couple of places where we do want to drop our outside foot. When we lose traction, the grip is no longer on this big fat noddly on the inside of your wheel. As your wheel slides, that's where you want to put all the weight on the outside foot. Allow your bike to come back up just a little bit so that this inside noddly can re-grip, and then you're going to just go back to a nice level pedal stance where you have equal amounts of weight in both feet. With this understanding, we're now going to head out onto the trails and dial in the fundamentals for cornering.
I feel it's important to mention that cornering is one of the hardest skills to master because not one corner is created equal. There are many building blocks involved and it takes a lot of time and practice. But today we're going to share some fundamental skills that have helped us with our cornering and also the many riders that we've coached along the way. Speed is an important factor when it comes to cornering. The slower we go, the more we steer. So for example, for tight turns and switchbacks, and the faster we go through corners, the more we lean the bike, and that would be through berms and flat turns. Today we are focusing on high speed flat turns and berms. So the first skill we want to dial in is leaning our bikes. We want to get into a nice low ready position, widen the knees, widen the elbows, and all we're going to do is hinge at the elbows, move the bike under the body while the body stays dead still. If you have the habit of dropping your feet, this is a great drill to practice to dial in leaning the bike and maintaining level pedals. When we lean our bikes through corners, we want to focus on guiding the front end of the bike with the top hand. This allows the bike to create that natural turning circle which we're looking for. A great way to practice this is to do the slalom drill and to get really playful with the front end of your bike. Our feet are dynamic as we go through the corner, and a big mistake people make is before they've even entered the turn, they're already starting to drop their outside foot. We want to rather focus on coming in with level pedals, leaning the bike, and allow our feet to adjust according to the lean.
So I just want to discuss the difference between flat turns and berms. In a flat turn, you're going to lean your bike more, so you're going to get more of a lean, you're going to guide more of that top hand, and your outside foot is going to come out more because you lean your bike more through a flat turn. On a berm, your pedals are going to stay level and your bike is going to climb up the berm, and you're going to support yourself with both your feet. So you never drop your feet in a berm. We also need to consider a few extra movements, especially when we go through flat turns. When we go through flat turns, we need to start pointing our whole bodies towards the exit of the corner. So in essence, you're going to get low, you're going to widen your knees, you're going to lean your bike, and then you're going to start pointing your knees towards the exit. Looking with the whole body means that we actually point our knees towards the exit, we point our belly button towards the exit, we turn our shoulders towards the exit, and we push our chin towards the exit. This helps us really get through the corner with more traction and more control. This body movement of opening yourself up to the corner is a lot more prominent in flat corners. In berms, you don't open yourself up to the corner as much. You still do point your knees through a berm, but you don't lean the bike as much. Cool guys, so to wrap up all the movements, let's go through the whole sequence. As we approach the corner, we're going to get lower. We're going to widen our knees to create space. We're going to lean our bikes, guiding with a top hand, and then we're going to look towards the exit. As we look towards the exit, we're going to point our knees, point our belly buttons, point our shoulders, and push our chins towards the exit. This will ensure that you maintain good traction and control through that corner at a higher speed. We also need to discuss line choice. In flat corners and berms, the line choice differs slightly. In a flat corner, you're going to enter on the outside. You're then going to turn towards the middle, and then you're going to exit on the outside. Your vision plays a very important role. As I enter the berm, or as I enter the corner, I'm going to lean my bike. I'm going to then look to the exit. My eyes then need to stick to the exit throughout the corner. So I'm going to look until I'm through the corner. If I look at the exit and then quickly look here, that's where the trouble starts. So looking towards the exit throughout the corner is super important. We shouldn't take our eyes off the exit. When you do take your eyes off the exit, your wheel straightens up and then you end up going wide.
If you look at the tree, you'll go into the tree.
So we're at one of the berms on the trail. In a berm, you're going to also take a little bit of an outside line. You're going to approach the berm, but the trail changes angle. And as your bike enters the berm, you're going to slightly lean your bike so that your bike forms a 90-degree to the berm. You then want to hold this line. Usually it's around halfway up the berm. Your pedals are going to be level, and as you hold this line, you're going to add some pressure through your feet. You're also going to look all the way to the exit, and you don't take your eyes off the exit. When you exit the berm, you exit through the middle.
When I started riding berms for the first time, my biggest fear that I was going to go right over them. So what would happen is when I would enter, I'd be really stiff, and so my bike would be upright through the berm, and I'd actually start sliding down because I wouldn't get that support that the berm was offering me if I did lean into it. So the other thing that would happen to me, because I was stiff, my vision wasn't working in my favor. So what I started to do is I started to relax and trust the berm, and I'd really focus on getting my vision to the exit as I would enter the berm. So here's the one thing that's really helped me through corners, especially through berms. So something that I've been struggling with for a very long time is to really truly feel that support through a berm. Come in a little bit taller, then as I hit the center of the berm or the middle of the berm, I then get nice and low, and as I do that, I push through my feet, and then once I'm out the berm, I stand tall again. This up and down also helps me to be more dynamic, it helps me to relax, and I really start getting such an awesome feeling through berms.
So we promised we would share that special tip with you guys. And that special tip for the day is that we need to lean forwards into the berm. Why do I say this? Well, it's quite simple. Let me show you. Imagine this hand is the bottom of the bike, the wheels touching the ground. And then imagine this hand is where my body is sitting on top of the bike. When we go through the berm, which hand is moving quicker? It's my bottom hand, which means that the bottom of the bike, where the wheels are touching the ground, is traveling a lot faster through the berm than the top of the bike where I'm standing. If I don't take that into consideration, the bike will start running away from me, the front wheel will unweight, and you'll risk sliding out. Or you probably might go wide. Also, your arms straighten and your wheels straighten. When I lean forwards into the berm, it doesn't mean that I'm putting extra weight on my front wheel. It's just maintaining a body position between the wheels and preventing my body from shifting back through the berm and my front wheel unweighting. It also ensures that my body weight stays between the wheels, which produces equal amounts of grip through both my tires, which really helps me with better control and direction through berms and flat turns. So the special tip for today is to get low and lean forwards into the berm.
And that's a wrap for this video. If you like our content, hit that subscribe button and leave your comments down below.
And we'll catch you on the next video.
Bye!